Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are going to be giving you an overview before all the mayhem and the fighting starts in SS1-2. It is going to be cray-cray. I have almost all the fog, I should say, unfogged or defogged. I'm really just missing Forgotten Lands and then I think Zoland. So everything else we have that for Kaltia, Burning Lands, Sophrostia, and Nivola, and then Daralan up here as well, right? So we're doing pretty good on the fog. Thankfully, we have the most important section unfogged, which is going to be the massive just craziness that is going to be happening here on the borders of these two level 1 gates between the Nivola and the Sophrostia regions. If we click on the pass, you can see here, we got 8 minutes until these bad boys open. I'm definitely going to be covering some of the fighting, but for this video in particular, I just want to give you a quick overview of what is to come. I pulled a bunch of stats. I got some really interesting things to show you, so let's jump right in. Let me go ahead. I'm going to switch this up so I can give you a little nice lay of the land here for how do the numbers actually look currently. Okay. So we looked at all of the alliances for what I believe to be over 500 million power currently. Now, it can be argued that maybe the alliances that are around a mil, 900k plus, right, maybe even the 750 here at number 12 will probably be a little bit more impactful than the ones under it, just based on member capacities and the fact that I'm sure a lot of the alliances are probably front-loading, which essentially just means that they're taking the shells that they want to utilize the most and just funneling in all their active fighters. So here's how the numbers look. We have, and I actually color-coded, man, so I spent a little bit of time on this. So I hope those of you appreciate, as I know most of you do. So we got, again, this is all based on power. So strongest two alliances currently right now for the top alliances in SS1-2 is TA at almost 2.6 billion, TM, the monsters, at 2.38, almost 2.4 billion, and then you have SS18, which is at 1.9, almost at 2 billion. We got NT45 at 1.83, 1.84 billion. We have our GRZ here, which is at 1.7, 1.75 bill. SS11, right, 1.6. So you have 10 or 9 alliances, I should say, that are above a billion power. And then we have the remaining, I would say probably these ones at maybe 750. I'd say there's probably going to be 12 active alliances for those over a mil already, right? IDL's obviously close, so you're probably going to be looking at 10. If we look over, you can see some member capacity levels. This is, again, taken, at least once this uploads, you can see from the UTC timestamp that we showed in the beginning in the top right corner for when it was. Right, quite a few of these are already over for the member capacities. You can see quite these ones already over, 120 for some of the actives. Everyone kind of having over 100 for those. Gift levels are pretty nice. Highest gift level I saw so far was from God's Alliance at 19. And then second highest being 17 I saw from BDL's Blood Legion here. Number of flags you can see, and I'm going to try and keep up with this as well as we go, so we can kind of see how maybe some of the member capacities or maybe gift levels, that would actually be interesting to kind of see how those play out, what some of the power differences are. And then over here to the right, I got some interesting stuff for you that Daddy put together, which is, what are the unions here, right? And so you see these color-coded as well. Purple being the active, again, this is what we know of right now. And obviously, if there's any that are missing from here, I'll make sure that we cover those. But I did go through pretty much the top 40 to 50 alliances that have flags at this moment, and then also filtering out the ones that are at 500 mil and above, at least from as of recording. And so we have, for the most part, you have 6 alliances on the purple side. You have then on the orange side, for that group, we have what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? You have 10. However, if you look at the top 10 alliances, let's just say again, right, from up here, you have a 4-on-6. It's TA, TM, GRZ, TMS, and then you have, right, your SS18, NT45, SS11, BDL, God, and then IDL. With those in mind, you can see here, and just to kind of give an example, if we go back in game, I can show you this as well, right? So you can see here, right, TM, TK, and look, if I click on TK PHL, right, just to kind of give you an example here, right, you can see 522. Just to show you, right, because again, you may assume that some of these alliances, like every single one of these is absolutely going to be active, right? It's just not the case. Even if I look at this one, like TD, right? We'll open this one up. They're at 184, right? Again, just wanted to give some transparency as well there because I know, again, that can be important. As we go back now, we can see here that the top 10, and I think this is probably more of an accurate indicator, where you have 8.1 billion versus 9.3, almost 9.4 billion. So you have about a 1.2 billion difference that separates. This is still really close, and I actually like the fact that the matchup right now is looking to be closer than what we saw in SS1-1 for the first season of SS1. Along with, again, even the matchups like for S2 and S, well, I should say because they were pretty much the biggest for Kingdom 2 out of Kingdoms 1 through 4 that were really fighting the most. So it's nice to see that these numbers are a little closer. Now, let's get to the next most important part, which is the player disparity. So, which really is for the most part. So I went through the top 200 players and I looked at which of the top 200 players are each associated with their own alliance, and then I totaled those numbers up. So you can see here, out of the top 200, 134 of the top 200 players are a part of the purple union, right? Which is, again, TA, the TM, TA, GRZ, TMS, TK, GZRF, BD2. And then you have orange, which is 64. And then we have two unknowns because we just don't really know what side they're on at the moment. One of those is, I think, Van the Great, who's in DLRN. And then the other one is a player in the top 200 that's in an alliance called Farm. Again, but I'm not assuming, right? I just want to go off more of, what we know as of now. So you can see here that just based on this number, the purple side has twice the amount of top 200 players that the orange side does. And again, I just thought that was really interesting to show off because, it's something I've always been curious on. It's like, man, how many people are really on each side? So I hope you guys enjoy that little stat. Now we're going to go back in game because we are getting close to the passes opening up. Let me just check real quick how much time we have. 2 minutes. So now, let me just lay some lay of the land here for you before I go ahead and cut this one a little shorter so we can get to some of the action and I can make sure I'm prepped and ready for those recordings as they come, which is, it's going to be interesting, especially when you look at the top players, right? So this is something that I find if we look at, and I probably should have done this stat as well, but if you look at the number of, for example, you have God, right, Burning now the number one player, right, 2 million above Ghost. You got Duz from BDL, who, again, is catching up to Junie as well, right? There's about a 3.4, 3.3 million difference there, or sorry, 4. We got 3. Never mind, I can do math right. Right, so again, if you look at the top 4, you kind of have this 2 and 2. You got Burning, Duz, and then Ghost and Junie, so that's nice there. If you look at, you got Asura who's getting closer, past Poker Face getting closer to Muzza, right? So you got 3 out of the top 7, 4, 5, 6 out of the top 9, 4 out of the top 10, 5 out of the top 11 that are on one side, 6 out of the top 11 on the other side. So again, I'm really excited for how this fight is going to play out, and I think it's something that we should all look forward to. So I cannot wait. I'm going to try and get you guys as much coverage, and hopefully this nice overview is setting you up nice to give you some introductions and how things are going to potentially play out, a little overview before all the fighting ensues. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who do you think has the advantage? How do you think the early fights are going to go, right? Who do you want to win? Who do you want to see crushed? Let me know anything and everything. Obviously, if there's any specific or other types of database content or other that you'd like to see, let me know as well. That is going to be it for me, your boy. As always, until next time, I will catch you later.